Hey there, my Irishman, this is Sean of Nintendo, and welcome to episode 39 of Let's Interview, a series where I will take various Let's Players, interview them, you guys get to know them, and they get a bit more publicity. Now here's the thing, guys, we have a very interesting one for you today. Normally, if you guys have been, sticking around for the interview series, I've always interviewed people who have, been in the Let's Play scene for quite a while. Today, though, we have someone who's just a little bit new and starting off on a brand new channel, actually. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What's going on, guys? My name is RatedEmForMature.
So, if I remember correctly, and I can actually pronounce his name now, your old channel was EMWeb07, and you moved over to RatedEmForMature. Why is that?
Well, to be honest, I really hated that name because it was supposed to be MWeb07 instead of 07. It was supposed to be a capital E and everything. That really bugged the crap out of me.
So you just didn't like the name anymore?
Yep, pretty much. And, some other stuff, like Let's Play wise and stuff like that.
Okay, so since this channel is just starting off, is there anything in particular you have planned for this channel?
Definitely a lot of Nintendo stuff, a lot of channels, but I do plan to step outside my zone with, some Xbox and PS3 games. I have my own little series called WTF Gaming Moments, where I basically just point out all the weird and bizarre things of video games, just kind of, something new that not a lot of Let's Players do. And then every once in a while, I'll do speed arts, because I am a very artistic person, and then, I just kind of like to do stuff of, anything, really, so I'll, do stuff of, Nintendo characters, and, pretty much everything else.
Yeah, interesting, actually. I'm not an artist myself, but I play guitar, but I've never actually, drawn stuff. Is there actually different names for different kinds of art styles that you would do?
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of different styles, it's pretty much just, the name of, what it is, so, comic book style, for example, you have the thicker, bolder lines that, it start off thin, and then, you go into thicker lines, and it has, certain, aspects that make it that specific style.
Okay, cool.
Kind of difficult to explain.
I'll take your word for it. So for next question, I did notice on your channel that you had a very interesting intro there. Did you make that yourself?
Yes, I did. I actually hand-drawn the characters in Photoshop. It's not exactly the most professional looking thing, but that's kind of style I wanted to go for, a little bit sketchy, just kind of give it an interesting style. I also used After Effects, CS6, and I just put all the characters in there and then just made them move with the camera.
Okay, that's interesting. Because I do know when I did watch it, it had a striking resemblance to one of my old friend Jellytoe's intros. Oh, hey, Truck. It had a striking resemblance to his intro, because I'm pretty sure he did the exact same thing where he just kind of drew the stuff and animated the individual things in the background so that they were moving. I've never done that before myself. I should try that sometime.
Yeah, this is actually my first attempt at it, so it's okay. It's not the best, but I will get better with time.
Exactly. So, as you guys know, and I'm probably not going to mention this in future interviews, whether I do or not, I don't know. But we're all on the one layout now, guys. What do you think about it?
Oh geez, well, like a lot of other people, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm one of those people that tend to get used to things after a couple weeks, so I'm used to it now, but I really hate the fact that they took away a lot of people's creativity by, not continuing with the backgrounds, because, for me, being artistic, it really kind of puts a limit on me of, what I can do. I'm not a big fan of that. They'll get banners and stuff, but okay, that's just one little thing. There's just so much white, and it's kind of blinding to the eye after a while, so.
Exactly. It seems like the only way to kind of differentiate partners from non-partners anymore now is if they actually say that they're partnered.
Yeah, that's another thing. Now everyone gets a banner.
Banners for everyone. But for the next question now, we want to know, what was your inspiration to start making the videos that you make?
Well, I guess we're just going to start at the beginning. The very first Let's Play I actually watched was by a guy named Octane Blue. He still makes videos. And that was of his new Super Mario Bros. Wii Let's Play. And that's just because the game looked pretty interesting to me and I wanted to learn more about it. And I thought that it was really cool. And I was like, oh, this is pretty darn cool. So eventually I started looking at more Let's Plays. And then, eventually I found Chugga Khan on it. And I started watching his Wind Waker Let's Play. And then that got me thinking, maybe I should do this. This would be some, fun to do during the summer, because I'm going to be bored out of my mind not doing anything. So I decided to give it a shot.
Okay, and speaking of Wind Waker HD is coming pretty soon, guys. You looking forward to that?
Very much. It's going to be awesome to see my favorite Zelda game remade in HD. The lighting looks amazing and everything looks awesome. So now I had to get a Wii U.
Actually, Speaking of the game, actually, I did notice one thing that they did was they replaced the Tingle Tuner with this little Tingle message in a bottle kind of thing that connects to Miiverse.
Yeah, I thought
that was
those,
pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was actually really cool because, you know, like with the Tingle Tuner, you can't exactly hook up like your 3DS to the Wii U or whatever. So I thought it was really cool. And it's like, it kind of like brings up the perspective like there's other, I guess, Zelda worlds out there or whatever, like other outside islands, and like you just get to see other people's stuff. And I thought it was really cool. It's like a way to connect with people, but like indirectly.
Yeah, originally I thought they were going to just do something with the gamepad because I am going to miss being able to drop bombs everywhere.
Yeah.
But one kind of funny thing I did see on YouTube, this guy made a video just imagining what it would be like if someone was always getting these bottles. So it shows Link going over to the shore and picking up a bottle, and every single piece of paper that he picked up just had a penis drawn on it.
Oh, that's
I can just imagine that happening in this game.
Probably
I don't know
won't.
if they have restrictions on that, but Okay. So for the next question, we'd like to know, when you're using your other channels box, do you primarily reserve it for friends, channels you enjoy, or a mix of both?
I mainly use my friends and stuff, and people who I've collaborated with. Like, for example, I have NCS on my channels box, and that's because on my old channel, I actually did a race with him of Super Mario Bros. 2. It was a 4-way race, so I have him on there. So it's mainly just friends and people that I collaborated with.
Yeah, it seems a lot of people are dragging NCS into races nowadays.
He's actually pretty cool about it, so that's the good thing about, doing a race with him.
I do know my friend Det88, he did I think it was one from A Link to the Past. I didn't actually get to watch it, but apparently NCS is pretty good at that game. It was not a particular favourite Zelda game of mine, because back when I was playing my first ever games, it was either Link to the Past or Super Metroid, and A Link to the Past was just kind of a bit... It gave me too much freedom, to the point where I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So, I might play that game again sometime. I'm pretty sure I still have it in my cupboard somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But for next question, we'd like to know, what's the very first game you ever played?
Well, I talked to my brother about this, and he said that my first game was Super Mario World, which is kind of an interesting tale. Not a lot of people start off with that from, what I hear and stuff. Being my age, you would think that I never grew up with any of the older systems, but I actually did. So I had the N64 and the SNES, not the NES, so I wasn't, exposed to all of them. That's just like the only one. So I grew up with all the, big titles, Banjo-Kazooie and stuff. I love that game, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, not a lot of people of the generation now seem to know what all the older consoles were. Because I do remember bringing up one of my brother's friends up into my room, and he didn't know what a Super Nintendo was. I just asked him, do you know what a Super Nintendo was? And he didn't know. And he's also a pretty avid COD player, so I'm thinking, ooh, this is an interesting situation here. So bring him up to my room, give him my PC controller, sit him down on my little monitor here, whip up a Super Nintendo game with the game called Super Or-Type. And so he's like there, so what do I do? There's a bit of a cutscene, so what am I supposed to do? And that's the glorious thing about it. You have no idea. So you're going to sit down there, you're going to mash those buttons, you're going to die 25 times before you beat this level, and it'll happen again in the next level.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Until you beat this game. But, best of luck. No tutorials for you. I was thinking of one time actually getting to record that. I wish I recorded it. God, that would have been so funny.
That'd be cool.
So for the next question, is there any particular gaming franchise you'd like to get into right now?
Really, it's just like a lot of the Sony and Xbox games. Really, like recently I got into Uncharted, which is awesome. Oh, my dad's here.
Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry about that small interruption, but we'll keep trucking on. So the question was, is there any gaming franchise you'd like to get into right now?
Yep. Well, like I said, I just recently got into Uncharted, and I kind of want to get into other games like that. So stuff like God of War. Like a couple other games like that. Maybe Spyro, like I've heard that's pretty good, but it just never really appealed to me, so it'd be kind of, cool to try that out and stuff. And, like a lot of other popular titles that people played, like Rayman, Crash Bandicoot. Never played those before, so it'd be kind of cool to, play some of those.
One series I did try to get into myself was the Kingdom Hearts series. And it was over a year ago now that I bought the first Kingdom Hearts game, because one of my cousins, they had 2 PlayStation 2s that they just weren't using anymore, and they just gave it to me with all the power cords and everything, but the controllers were a bit jacked up. Like I think the bumpers at the back, they weren't working, so I couldn't target anything, which was a huge flaw. So I gotta try to find myself a proper controller, and then I'll be able to play that game again. I also got Shadow of the Colossus, which is such a good game.
Ooh, yeah, that's another game I might want to get into. Never actually played Kingdom Hearts either.
Yes, it seems to be a very refined taste for a game. Anyways, for the next question, what was the worst game you ever played?
Well, there's this game called Battalion Wars 2, and it was for the Wii. Of course, I was a lot younger at the time, so I didn't know anything about this game. I just kind of picked up what I thought looked cool. And this game is basically Call of Duty, but like 1,000 times worse. Like, I don't hate Call of Duty, but it's really not my favorite. And like, it was just so weird. Like, you literally just ran around doing nothing. Like, you had the bad guy like yelling, and he was like, "Ah, blah, 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 you fucking stupid stuff." So you're like, what do I do? And it was like, some points were just like ridiculously hard. Like, you couldn't get past it. It's like, what am I supposed to do here? So it was really weird.
I have to try that game. You say it was for the Wii, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look that up. So, for the next question, oops, am I reading the right one here? Yeah, I am. Okay, we have to know, who are some of your favorite Let's Players or just YouTubers?
Well, favorite Let's Players, obviously my friends, Blue Yoshi Egg, he's one of them, and he started a new channel called Retro Broadcast, so, all my friends and stuff. Attacking Toucan's definitely my favorite. I can relate to him the most, and he's just hilarious. Kumax, Steven Plays, Game Grumps, Lucagen, all the people like that, Josh Jepson and stuff. Yeah. And YouTubers in general, I guess Smosh, they're pretty funny. And then there's this guy called Magic of Riat, and basically what he does is like he goes to fast food drive-thrus, so like he'll go to like McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff, and he'll like pull pranks on them, and it's just so funny to see the people's reaction. Like they're either like really or they're just freaking out. It's so funny.
What kind of pranks would he pull?
Like he'll do stuff with like money and stuff, and he did one like where like he hid himself, like he replaced the seat and like somehow like hid himself in it, and like he was still able to drive, so like he would go up and like nobody would be in the seat. They'd be like, dude.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny.
I'll have to take a look at that sometime. So for the next question, is there any game in the future you'd kind of like to LP? You have a plan on LPing?
Yeah, definitely 3DS games. I have some in mind, like maybe Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. That would be one, because, like you always see Let's Plays of Ocarina of Time, but, like all the 3D ones, they don't look very decent, I guess, because I like always use cameras and stuff. Certain, Xbox and PS3 games, because, I would need an HD capture card for that, but I don't have that. So, like Sonic Generations, stuff like that.
Okay, do you actually have a 3DS capture card, or are you going to save for one? I'm
trying to save for one. I actually entered a contest to get one, and it actually ends tomorrow, so hopefully I get it. I'm, highly doubting that it will, because so many people have entered, but there's 6 that are being given away, so
yeah, that's the one that Kaban Armani and Sully Pones are doing, right?
Yep.
Oh boy, that'll be an interesting one. Fingers crossed for me winning on that one as well.
Thank you.
Okay, for the next question, we'd like to know, what's your recording setup like, and what kind of equipment and software do you use?
Well, for recording, I use a Sabre DA HDRC. That's my capture card. It's just like a standard little thing. It doesn't record in HD. It was pretty cheap. I got it off of Amazon for like $20, so it works pretty good. What I'm using to record my voice right now is a Microsoft Live Chat XL 3000. Works pretty good. And for editing, I'll use stuff like Sony Vegas Pro 12 for editing videos in general. And then, like, if I do, like intros and stuff, I might use Cinema 4D and After Effects CS6. For recording my audio, I'll use WavePad Sound Editor. And then for graphics and stuff, I'll use Photoshop and Flash CS6.
Okay, you definitely have a lot of software under your belt there.
Yeah, no kidding. Most of it actually comes from my brother, because he's in college, so he gets the programs or whatever. So, like, that's how I got Photoshop and stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay, so for the next question, what's your drive to record your videos? Like, what's the biggest push that got you to doing LPs?
Well, like, when you first start off, it's definitely the fan support, like, if people actually like your videos, they're like, oh my god, I love you, and you're like, yay! So the fan support is definitely, helpful. Also, for the fun of it, it's just fun to play the games and stuff for people and watch them enjoy it. And making people laugh, that's definitely a big one. I don't really think I'm funny, but a lot of people seem to think that I am. So, making people laugh is always nice, might brighten up their day or something. And then sharing knowledge, like, I may be younger, but I do know quite a few things about some games, so it's always nice to share some stuff. And hello, airplane. There's an airplane flying right by my house.
Don't worry, I can't hear it, so it's all good. Sure, you should listen to PK Sparks videos sometime. He lives right next to a train station.
Oh Jesus!
It's quite funny. I remember I was in a Skype call with him and this guy. I think it's Chibi Necrodemics was his name. They were doing some kind of like Mario Kart Wii, Chibi Challenge Sunday thing, and PK Sparks was there. We made a little thing in the video that every single time we heard the train, everyone in the chat would yell "train."
That's funny.
And we never even said why. So no one in the comments were like, "Why the hell are you guys yelling train?"
Oh, that's great.
So for the next question, we'd like to know what's your opinion on the Let's Play community today.
Well, it's definitely a great community to get into. I feel like games. I recommend that try out Let's Plays and stuff. But there's definitely some areas that aren't very good, and it's mainly just because of the people. Sometimes people could just be really stupid, and like most people will judge you now by how many views and subs you have, and they're just complete stat whores, and like they leave the worst criticism for you. It's like, well, that doesn't really help. So like a lot of younger LPers don't really get the recognition because a lot of people are like, I'm gonna go to somebody that has a lot of views and subs and stuff, and they're gonna be better than this lower person. But that's not always the case. So it's a great community, but some of the people are just really yeah. That's lack of words for it.
I get what you mean, don't worry. So for the next question, we'd like to know, is there any advice you'd like to give to other Let's Players out there who are starting off? Because we know you're starting off yourself as well.
Definitely make sure that you enjoy yourself. I mean, if you're not enjoying yourself, how are other people going to enjoy you? Makes sense. Also, pick games that you want to play. Don't want to tell you what to play unless you actually want some input. And just be outgoing, but at the same time, you want to be yourself because if you're not going to be yourself, people don't actually know who you are. And it's not very good if you don't do that. So, yeah. Also, don't get a Dazzle because Dazzles suck. Like, when I first started off, I got a Dazzle because all these reviews were like, yeah, but it works well and stuff. It'll be great. Pretty good pricing and stuff. I was like, okay, well, this is pretty good compared to other prices. So I got one, and it was complete other crap. Like, it ruined my last computer because of the software. Like, it had so much crap to it. So I got a new computer, so it's all good. So just don't get a Dazzle.
Okay. So for the next question, we'd like to know, I'm just going to tone it down a bit, guys, coming close to the end. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Lucario, for sure. He's pretty good stat-wise, and he looks totally badass. Like, let's be honest here. Plus, I actually like his type, fighting type. I like that type, so.
Yeah, would you ever use him in Brawl?
Oh yeah, he's one of my characters I use. Like, I use a lot of the sword people, so like Link and Ike and stuff, and then Lucario and Sonic, pretty much.
Okay, cool. So, for the next question, guys, personal favorite of mine, what's one embarrassing fact about yourself?
Well, of course, being me, I have a lot of embarrassing facts. So, the most embarrassing I think that I can remember is one time when I was in 3rd grade, I had pneumonia and I didn't know yet, so I was pretty sick and I kept on throwing up and stuff. Well, I went to school because I felt fine. I was like, okay, I could do this, and then the doctors were like, hey, if she throws up again, bring her to the ER or whatever. So I went to school feeling fine and stuff. I had a bagel in the morning and stuff, so it's pretty good. But like a half hour into class, I was feeling sick and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna throw up. And I was like, please don't throw up. Well, eventually they had to, and I sat next to the sink. So I got up, ran to the sink, and then just threw up everywhere. And all the people were like, ew, like you threw up, gross. And like I said, a bagel, people were like, yeah, there's like little chunks and stuff. And I was like, okay, I don't need to know this.
It's a good thing I only just ate my dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, guys, so we're coming pretty close to the end of this, and this is just the second last question now, and you don't have to answer this one if you don't want to, but is there any question you'd like me to add into future episodes that I didn't ask in this one?
I thought about this one, I couldn't really think of anything, but I guess the one thing that I came up with was, what do you think makes, a good game? Like, is it all about graphics, or story, characters, or whatever, so, yeah, like, what makes a good game for you, or whatever, like, what do you think is the most important?
And you all can feel free in the comment section below to answer that question if you want. So, guys, we're coming close to the end of this. Final question, just a bit of personal feedback from me. How did you like this interview?
It was fantabulous! You had a lot of good questions, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So guys, we'll wrap up this video. We want to thank you all for watching, and we also want to thank RatedEmForMature for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
No problem. As you guys know, now she's just starting off, so if you guys do enjoy her videos, if you enjoyed her voice during this video, definitely be sure to go check out her channel, throw her subscribe if you really did like her videos, and just get another good LP out there. You might make a good friend as well, guys. You never know. So, we thank you again for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next one. So, bye-bye for now.
Thanks for watching.